Yo! Video games.
Oh my god, I was actually so surprised to hear Sarah Weeda's song was at the beginning. Most people don't know who that is. I'm obsessively following the composers on social media, so I knew from last holiday season, that Sarah Weeda was going to be doing a song for this game, and we absolutely fucking heard it at the beginning. So yeah, it definitely was like, okay, it was mostly expanding on stuff we already kind of got told in the first and kind of second trailer. It was more just sort of like generally around there. I'm gonna assume this was probably mostly the first 3 chapters of the game's story. um 10 23 sure did. So yeah, special edition. What's that? A little something only I have. Thank you for turning in. Special edition still not for sale. They have no. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. So now I just gotta wait for this direct to be uploaded to their main site. I think this is just a stream, right? It was streamed, seconds ago. We need like a full upload. Let's see if I can pull that.
Already game items. Broaden the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with a paid expansion pass.
Okay, so individual DLC waves will be available to play as they are released and are not available for individual purchase, exactly like Torna. The DLC may require additional storage space, and just which storage can be expanded with them. Blah, blah, blah. Full version of game required to use DLC, sold separately. That's not like Torna. So launch day, you're going to get outfit color variants and helpful items. Okay. By the end of this year, there'll be challenge battle, new hero character and quests, new outfits. Awesome. By April, end of April, new challenge battle, new hero character and quests, new outfits. Same thing. Brand new story scenario by the end of next year. So it's, I'm going to guess, probably around September of next year. So yeah, it's one DLC. It's $30. This is exactly what happened with Torna. It's the same thing. But it's this image right here that's probably the most, oh my god. Because that's not the Monado, it's the Future Connect Monado. It's Pyra's sword and Noah's sword. And when they showed off the first image for the expansion pass for Torna, it had basically an image of Oresco in Torna, basically hinting it to what the DLC was going to be. So this brand new story scenario looks like it's definitely going to, in some possible way, involve Xenoblade 1 and 2. So that is very interesting. Yeah. What are the implications for Future Connect? They're basically acknowledging the fact that at the end of Xenoblade 1, like, Shulk didn't have the Monado anymore. And he just made this makeshift thing, and then in Future Connect he had to tweak it really hard to fight the fog beasts. So it's basically acknowledging the passage of time from the end of Future Connect, and this is kind of sort of like, I mean, this sort of never really changes in Xenoblade 2. Changes with forms, but like it's always there.
You can get the additional content.
Sorry. That's interesting. Okay. Is this on their site in direct download form yet, or is it still just stream form? I think it's just stream form. Okay, whatever. I think there's all these like see also. Yeah, gonna be the hero characters. I could definitely see that happening. What the hell is this? Yeah. So, I guess going down, breaking it down bit by bit. Boy, where do we begin? The theater thing. Oh, that's interesting. This theater thing was interesting because I'm like, okay, we've definitely got some Xenogears like shit going on here with these not testaments, who are also all Ouroboros. The interesting thing for me so far is that they do make Ouroboros, but that Melia says something interesting here where it's like if Ouroboros goes unchecked, it could be disastrous. Mr. Fucked Up Face here got me interested. Also, each one of these blades seems to have some sort of connection. A Medusa, a samurai, some other weird looking armor sets here. Jester, yeah.
You were all talk when you left here.
It's on. Oh, is this it, Dick Buster? Am I on this? Cool.
First place.
Surely the turn is mine.
I believe.
It's hard for me to gauge. Their voices are muffled, but I can't tell if they're meant to.
Or a D.
Me pay.
I don't know if there's meant to be anything. This guy's a bird of some sort. Like
We should have sallied forth in the first place.
Surely the turn is mine.
I believe it's my turn next.
Honestly, you make more noise than the rabble at a feast.
This is interesting right here, Mr. Fucked Up Face. Don't know who it could be. If it's just a unique character to 3 or if it's someone new. Yeah, it's an owl. But a Medusa. I don't really know what this is. This is like something.
Even if you did stop its raging flow, it will soon burst through. Well, let us see how far the flow brings them this time.
Then he's talking about flow there. I'm assuming he's talking about ether flow, which, again, I think is the real big hook of this game. Is that ether is in Xenoblade 1? Ether is what the world is composed of. In Xenoblade 2, ether is what is drawn from the air, the energy drawn from the air, which is all of it comes from the Zohar or the conduit. No teases of that. It looks a little. It does give a little bit of Egel vibes, a little bit, mostly just because of the hair. I think my biggest
We each have a
takeaway.
lifespan of 10 years. We call them terms. Life begins with our first term and ends at the close of our 10th.
Victory!
And over the course of those 10 years, we fight continually.
What kind of pep talk is that? Of course we're gonna survive. I've thought about this a lot. About what I can achieve. What I'll leave behind.
Then I think of tomorrow and the tremors are back. Will I see the same faces when I wake? Will I even be around to see them?
Get ready. Now, the enemy is before you. Chase them to the ends of the world.
That guy's on Keves or Kizar or whatever how they pronounce it. This is dark. This is Yeah, this is getting really dark. Like it's about child soldiers. It's about, you know, limited lifespans. Like, you know, people dying, you know, when they hit 20. Because as they were saying in the early stuff, Mio is 19. She's the oldest one. Everyone else in the game is 18. And they talk about the 10-year lifespan. And Mio's like, oh, you're at the end of it. You only have like 3 terms left, like 3 months left. Like, so like Mio's like 3 months from basically expiring. The music is even depressing. Yes, good.
Unchecked, Ouroboros will lead this world to ruin. You must be erased.
These soldiers will nourish me.
That was a little fucked up. But yeah, this...
We can always grow plenty more.
Stop toying with everyone's lives!
You gave us a choice. The choice not to fight. And you made it true.
That mark there.
So it's a mirror.
Late 10th term, eh? 3 months left. That about right?
3 more months. And then I'll be gone from this world.
How many of you are getting made an example of and hopes...
The fuck is this? This looks pretty much like Alchemoth. That's basically the exact same window in Alchemoth that they used to display stuff there. This is some fucked up shit.
Rest this time.
Looks like they're growing shit. Oh, hi, Faye. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's cloning necessarily, or it might just be like, look, these people die when they hit 20. We don't have time to like hope they you know, conceive naturally.
The lost numbers are attacking.
This is interesting because it's like really sci-fi tech.
We have good reason to meet.
Although, what do you say? The lost numbers. That's interesting.
How many of you are getting made an example of and hopes rest this time? The lost numbers are attacking. We have good reason to meet with them, to bring peace, and to set the world to rights.
But take a look around. Think about how many lives it's cost. Annihilator started moving!
This is bad, Noah.
Now I want to live. To live.
It's funny how Riku has this huge, deep, super deep voice.
And learn. So don't give up yet. This'll buy you some extra time. Use it. Stop this! I don't want any of your time!
If the world holds our lives back, I will end it!
These are our lives here!
That's a nice, good shot there. Someone's fucking dying. Riku's pretty funny. Yeah, so it also seems like maybe people can extend their lives by like probably it's probably ether. Ether is probably what's causing, you know, like you need ether to live or something.
They're not some toys you can just play with!
Yeah, everything seems to be about hoarding ether.
It is fate. Many have tried.
This is some Xenogears as Xenogears shit. Because if you remember when Faye was, you know, when he was in the recesses of Faye's own mind, he was in not really a theater, but like he was watching an old TV screen and it was all like the old projector sound and everything.
But none have ever met.
This may be Mr. Fucked Up Face, or it may not. Kind of sounds like him. He's definitely got the long hair, but
managed to escape its flow.
None managed to escape its flow. So there's like something fucked up going on with like the passage of fate. There's really no confirmation one way or the other about like who or what is causing the world to be in this fucked up state of affairs. Again, I suspect it's all because of the conduit leaving at the end of Xenoblade 2. So, yeah.
What is it they need to stay alive? Water? Food? Certainly. But what we need most is life itself. Taking each other's lives, with the taken flames becoming your own in turn.
Yeah, so they're just sucking up ether life force.
This is the world of Ionios.
No idea who's talking here, because he doesn't really talk much in the rest of this direct.
Nations of Kevis and Agnes and their grisly conflict stand in contrast to its natural splendor. All this killing for the sake of filling one's own flame clock.
Flame clock confirmed to basically be just whatever these colonies power these colonies up. I saw another testament standing on top of it there.
From the moment of birth, fighting is all the people of Ionia.
This guy looks like he gets killed off in one of the other cutscenes.
Learn their fate leads to everyone's destruction.
They're also, I mean, here's Agnes here, but they're showing a lot more Kevis than Agnes, so it's interesting how they're sort of like mostly showing shit from the one side and not the other.
Their lifespans are a mere 10 years. Surviving on the battlefield, fulfilling that 10-year lifespan of service, and receiving a homecoming ceremony in front of their queen is the highest honor.
It's fucked up. Melia, what fucking happened?
However, many never receive this honor, as they fall in battle. Their souls evaporating into the beyond, as the melody of the Offseers plays.
They're still cubes. That's still weird.
In today's presentation, we'll introduce the world of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game. And
I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, actually. It kind of looks like Indol's tower. Tyndall is tall like that, but I don't recognize the top part of this. I don't recognize this shit right here. Like the fluff around it. I don't recognize that too much.
Follow the main character.
That could be part of More Ardain, possibly.
Characters' adventures.
Countless comrades have lost their lives thanks to this filth.
What do you think it's like for us? Losing friend after friend. You steal everything from us.
6 soldiers, 3 from Kevis and 3 from Agnes, were commissioned to take part in a special mission. Both parties, filled with mutual hatred, draw their weapons at first, but when they encounter a mysterious figure, they shelve their distrust and resolve to work together.
Because now, kids, you share a common destiny.
I don't think fucking Van Damme here is part of the 10-year cycle.
They'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly, without rest. There's one place that might give you a chance.
So I have this weird, funny feeling that it's like, okay, these bred child soldiers, you know, they're like born with like the little shit in their eyes and the flame clock and all that shit. Like, it's not just that, hey, they're bred to be soldiers. They're bioengineered, you know, to perform their duty, and they bioengineer shit into their fucking eyes and shit for this. And I think Van Damme is like naturally born and grown.
Sword march. The land pierced by a great sword.
So this is the corpse of More Ardain right here. You can kind of tell. And this is through. Although I thought, where the fuck is Where the fuck is Uriah? That's an interesting shot. There's Leftheria right there.
Our city.
Defeat the real enemy and restore the world to order.
This story focuses on these 6 characters.
This is what we're meant to do. To send on the voices of the departed is an Officier's purpose.
That's interesting shit here.
Ready, he says. From the moment I chose this muddy path, I've been more than ready.
The spark you on about? I'm not gonna let you take the fall alone.
I've thought about this a lot. About what I can achieve. What I'll leave behind.
If anything, we should be questioning all that we've thought to be true. Differences are all a matter of perspective.
The truth is, she's terrified. She needs someone to tell her that everything will be all right.
Now fugitives of both Kevis and Agnes, these fate-defying hopefuls journey to learn the truths of their world.
Gormot's ass tail there. What was in the sky there?
These fate-defying hopefuls journey to learn the truths of their world.
Hold up. Hold up.
To
Wait a
learn
minute.
the truths of their world.
What's the slow forward on YouTube? There we go. What's in this? Is that? Oh, that's just the handle. It's just the handle of Sword Valley.
Their role is to convey the Queen's directives to the colonies, along with handling admin and decisions.
Well, he looks kind of unique, but the rest don't. Interesting, too, that these testaments have this glowing shit in their chest. Yeah, you'll hear other YouTubers, they're going to describe it as like, there's a glowing mechanism, an organism, possibly has some glowing shit in their chest. It's probably important. That's what you get when you come here.
Our colonies regard each other as enemies. But if the consuls giving the orders are the same, it means...
But these guys are mega suspicious?
I suspect they may be more deeply involved than we thought.
Yeah, so it definitely looks like both sides are playing, which again plays into the whole angle where there's like both sides are being manipulated by what the fuck ever the name of the church was, and Xenogears and Solaris and yada yada.
With the reason why we fight.
Yeah, here's like this fucking knights looking jester asshole.
Deciding our fate.
Our fate. So hot. Keep it together now, Mimi. Hey, look! There! Mimi, look! It's water! There's an oasis! Water? Water!
You know what we don't see? We don't see anything on Tyon if he is a blade or not.
Let's just hope it's not a mirage.
And I think maybe one of the reasons we're not seeing Agnes is because there's still questions to be answered about the nature of what is human and blade eater, flesh eater. How is that factor into their soldier making? Oops. Again, Pokemon, why can't you be like this?
Ionios is host to various landscapes, all filled with
Like, why does Pokemon have to look like shit? Oh, whatever.
Real geography
Y'all
to
gonna
explore,
buy it anyways.
and diverse wildlife to...
That was an interesting new colony there. That looks like the Bionis' head right there. A big horn. These... Not sure which part these came from.
encounter.
This is interesting. Satoral Marsh much? lights and shit. What is this place? Not sure I recognize these twisted trees.
Like the lands they inhabit.
The horn back there. Not sure if I recognize anything here.
The wild creature.
There is a green thing right there.
Creatures here range from docile to dangerous.
That's so interesting to me.
And
that
diverse
they
wildlife
added
to encounter.
AI, not just between the soldiers,
Like the lands they inhabit. The wild creatures here
because they
range
had
from
in the past,
docile
like, they'll have
dangerous.
enemies like generally eating shit, like eating dead other carcasses of other animals. But now they have animals straight up fucking fighting each other. And yes, there's something blue glowing up here. I understand. Look at this. They're fucking fighting each other. How neat is that? Oh, look at these. What have we here? Musty Valley. This almost looks like the shoulder area at the bottom. Snowy area. That's interesting. Tantal and Sword and maybe the arm. That would be obvious, but I don't know. Hard to say. Immovable Gonzalez. He's
Some
hanging out in a
creatures
big
make
tree.
no secret of their ferocious
Definitely looks better.
tendencies. So keep
Demonic Krenalor. These guys are all 65 at this point.
caution in mind.
Look at the fucking armor. He's got this giant ass fucking thing here.
You'll also encounter the soldiers of Kevus and Agnes, who continue to fight throughout the land.
Attention! Attention! Caution. Ruby Flats, Spars Bar. How fucking interesting and cool is that?
Colonies serve as the base camp.
So it looks like Temperantia and Tornar mixed, maybe?
For both
That doesn't make
nations.
sense.
At the heart of each colony is a Pharaonis. These are mobile bases and devastating weapons of war.
Metal face. Call it Colony 9 Barracks. Doesn't look anything like Colony 9. Here's an interesting thing right here. It's the flame clock of some sort. And I wonder what gameplay element the flame clock has. Because, I mean, we see it's a story element where they fucking suck all the ether out of dead soldiers to fulfill their flame clock. But, like, what is... what bullshit happens if this gets full?
Seek out these colonies to shop.
Melnath's shoulder. Go back. Melnath's shoulder. Yazana.
At the heart
I don't
of
think
each
everything is gonna have some fucking tie into the old
colony
games.
is a Pharaonis. These are mobile bases and devastating weapons of war. Seek out these colonies to shop. Dine.
All finished.
You know, here's a good question. How does hostilities work, you know, if you're going into these colonies? Maybe they just don't care, or who knows?
Get to know residents and more.
Look at this shit. Oh, God. Collectopedia card, list search, show basic profile, show wanted items. So they have some quality of life here. Confirm back, cursor speed, show wanted items, show basic profile, list search, Collectopedia card. Colony Iota. Why? So much bullshit to go through.
Get a glimpse of the lives of Noah and his friends.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's actually pretty cool. Time to grind a fish. Shut up. This actually makes me super fucking happy. I'm super fucking happy that we're getting Grandia style Torna. Like Torna campsites are back, and then it's got this very Grandia-esque, you know, having a meal, talking to people. Love that.
These rest spots, found in colonies and throughout the world. Use collected materials to cook. Craft.
The juice is back. Okay, this is interesting. We've got like these, I don't know, Higglies from Ni no Kuni 2 looking shit up here. I don't know what any of this is interesting. This bullshit probably means something up here with the little Moomin faces and whatever the fuck Darth Maul's lightsaber is right there.
Gems to strengthen your abilities.
Looks good to me. I think we'll find this useful.
And discuss information you hear about.
Love this expeditionary mission. So like missions can kind of become, so it looks like some of these side quests now are just sort of like they come up between the main characters. Like it's not just about go here and solve this problem. It's not like go to all these people in the world and go, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? You know, so it's kind of nice that there's actually going to be, hey, if we just sit down and talk about it, like, hey, that one thing that happened earlier, yeah, like that bullshit with that one guy, yeah, fuck him, right? Hey, I think we should investigate this. You know, I'm kind of curious what's going on over there. So, actually really dig the idea that you can, like, activate side quests from conversations.
From residents to take on new quests.
Yeah, I like this.
Explore every corner of these fields as you seek out new encounters.
Again, why doesn't Pokemon look this good? We all know the answer. It's rhetorical. You don't have to say because Baby doesn't care. But you need to, seriously, it can't be brought home enough. Like, why isn't the rest of Nintendo getting on board with it? Whatever. The Pokemon Arts, it deserves it. That's Torna's Titan, kind of, over there. That's very much Torna looking Titan. There's the fucking fallen arm and some other shit. Here's interesting. Looks like this world is propped up. We did see part of the world before that. Oh, my fucking face is in the way. It does look like there are other parts of the world where the ocean is just, you know, flat bordering the ocean there. So, thought that was interesting. See Bionis Lake. Yeah, and way in the distance you can see the Bionis Lake. Way over there.
Breathtaking scenery.
This is interesting. I don't know if this actually directly references anything. Some things. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of Machina Forest.
Valuable items. And
what part is this? What is this? I noticed this in the level fucking 100.
Ferocious monsters.
Oh, hold up.
And
Agnes Castle Barbican. Levinus Workyard. What in the fuck is going on? There's Bionis Sword there, but what's going on back over here? What is that shit? You can sort of see, like, there's a piece over here that was in the ocean area before, so you can sort of, like, piece the world together if you really dissect it, which I'm not gonna do. It looks like a big lake right here, probably poisonous. I'm not gonna get too worked up into all that. Dana Desert. Well, hey, there you go. It's Torna. Dana Wastes is literally the name. It's not even a different name. It's not even a combination name. What do you know? It's Dano Desert. Like, it's literally the Dana Waste from Torna. The only thing that's weird about that is that, like, Torna's body was at the bottom of the Cloud Sea in Xenoblade 2. And this is supposed to take place after it. I mean, Conduit is above time and space, so there might be more to this weird story than we let on. There could even involve time travel, possibly. Or it could just be like, hey, the Tauran Titan came back, and since it's no longer under the earth, now the desert, like, the landscape came back. Hey, look at that. Tracks are back. Mortha, ruins, Maktha. Yeah, full to explore this at your leisure. Elace Highway. What was the other place? Zane's Talon. What was this called? High Maktha Wildwood, yeah. There's Uriah's mouth, way back there. I think getting to Uriah and the sword is going to be like a big key moment. It's like the world tree. Milik Meadows, Wraith's Void. Like, I think that's going to be like a big, like, last third of the game part. Urian Tunnels. Ruins of Cebu. We are going to Torna. We will see Torna. Because they seem large as fuck. What was that? What's that? I feel like I should recognize it, but I'm not sure. What the fuck is that? Boat's back. Navigation on. So it looks like control guide, show hide objects. So it looks like you'll be able to control the boat or set it to just autopilot. Interesting. Temperantia, maybe? Elace Highway. This motherfucker just jumps off. Here's your big Xenoblade X moment, like in one of the trailers of Xenoblade X. From the Fallen Hand. Oh, shit. Oh, navigation on is still here, even when running around, so... Looks like auto run might still be an old cliffside way. There's some more of this shit right here. And they call this Vista of Ronar. That's nice.
The locations you visit are saved as landmarks that you can quickly select and travel to.
Skip travel.
Which makes traversing this giant world more manageable.
Aegis Wilderness.
By enabling a navigation feature,
Quest
you can
routes.
Set a course for your next destination.
So they're going to draw lines. They're going to draw pathways. Well, that's good for all the people who can't fucking, you know, follow directions or can't figure out how to navigate 3D space on their own. That's going to be good for them.
Without fear of...
I didn't have a problem with it, but it clearly was an issue for a lot of people and too.
Losing your way. There are plenty of other features that will help you on your adventure, such as the ability to change the time of day to encounter monsters.
Who got lost so easy? Everyone. What is that? That caught my eye in the very first time when I was streaming. I'm like, what's that building over there?
That only appear at specific times.
That's pretty cool. Here's the interesting. This is the flip side of most of the world we've seen. Most of the world is looking at the Orion Titan from the other side of its face. So I think that's like the Kev's and this is the Agnes side. Like I think there's going to be two big sides to the world. Alright, I really don't fucking need to go into this. That battle system's been covered to fucking death. This isn't because we got a bunch of new heroes. This will probably be on the Twitter in the coming weeks. How big is the world? Jeez.
Live fiercely, die
Got
spectacular.
Ashura, which they don't show who she's got like the I'm guessing she's Kieves. She got the little circle light up shit. Yeah, Yeah, she's definitely a Kiev soldier.
That's how I want the battlefield of my life to be. It's just...
And before anyone says it, no, we don't need a Xenoblade Warriors game with all of these fucks playable. You know, and we play tap tap tap, waves of enemies going. No, we don't fucking need that. We do not fucking need that.
Just that, as a mechanic, you can't start getting moody just because something's broken.
Now we see real Nopon potential.
That's right. Maybe it's impossible for one Nopon,
but not for two.
Riku's got such a deep voice, it's amazing.
I just wish I wasn't such a weakling. I can't run away from my responsibility.
Fiona. Wasn't there a character in the second trailer where someone said, like, something along the lines of Fiona died, you know, without her wish being fulfilled? Alexandria, by the way.
Doing the same as everyone around.
Oh, shush, chat.
It's always the same.
That, she looks like possibly Agnes. Possibly?
Outcome.
She's wearing the little glowy round shit, so I don't know.
Following the playbook to the letter is hardly a strategy.
Whoever goes up against
Gray, Mr. Anime.
me, they're getting crushed.
He's got guns!
Brave residents of Ionios called heroes
Jupiter and
can
Xeon.
lend their arms and aptitude to your team as a 7th party member.
That's pretty dope. That is the inside of Uriah, by the way. That's where the guy was sliding before, and that looks like a piece of Fonza Mayama. Yeah, they're in Uriah. Queen Arachno. And look at the level. They're level 28. So you're going to go to the other... You're going to get to Uriah fairly early in the game, which, again, why I don't think they're actually spoiling much in this direct, because they're talking about you got to get to Sword March, you got to get to Uriah, and I'm like, dude, they get to Uriah at level 20 fucking 8 over here.
Only one hero at a time.
This is kind of looks like Oresco almost.
You can assist on the battlefield.
Yeah, and this is obviously everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, so sorry. I don't think he has a name. He looks Indoline, possibly.
But you can
HP attack, healing power, dexterity, agility, critical rate, block rate, physical defense, either defense.
swap them out as you see fit. Heroes also bring their own classes to your...
Do they say what side? They don't say what side here. Switch model view. Interesting. Display stats, remove, confirm.
Team.
It also looks like the heroes, while maybe not playable, do have their own levels.
Battlefield, but you can swap them out as you see fit.
Chronological. So someone joined your party chronologically early on, I guess? I don't know. They're level 40 something, so...
Heroes also bring their own classes to your team.
That's like
Guardian Commander. Turn the tables with boosted abilities when things look dire.
He's in a riot.
Incursor. Unleash more critical hits for higher attack power. War Medic. Heal party members and bolster them with various buffs.
Charlotte shit. Still don't know who Mr. End. Okay. Oh, this actually tells you their affinity. Yes. So Ashura is Kivez and Alexandria is Agnes. Fiona's Agnes. They're technically Kieves. Kivez? What do they call it? Kivez? Whatever. Kieves. Calling it Kieves. Eat my ass. Some big asshole here for class, so that's kind of interesting. And yeah, this guy's totally from Agnes' side, so that guy's we have Indoline are there, so Van Damme makes sense.
These are only a hand.
Look how cool that is. We actually get a bunch of new.
These are
get new costumes. You could put some big stupid pants on him. Yes.
Only a handful of classes
I'm gonna wear nothing but big dumb pants just to spite Nico.
that heroes bring. Your party members can take on any of the hero classes.
Bottom menu. Display class info. Yeah. Use Nopon coins. Oh boy.
That heroes bring.
Nopon coins. That's
Your
not
party
terrifying
members
at all.
can take on any of the hero classes as they become your allies.
Sagittarius is the name of one of the metal faces things.
Recruit more heroes for a growing combination of classes and arts in your party. Choose to don a class's look.
Yeah, that's so cool. It looks very... Is it just me or does this look like some sort of Gundam shit right here? Like Gundam, I don't know, whatever. They all have these fucking little purses and shit. With the three-way yin-yang right there. Like unicorn. It actually does, totally. Where's Vario? Is he still around? He would totally tell me which Gundam this looks like. Oh yeah, C2, Iron-Blooded Orphan.
Or keep your current outfit. Find your fashion and fight.
Yep. Like, what? Doesn't this look like a Gundam thing? Like a class of Gundam soldiers?
Choose to don a
class of... I don't know. Looks like something from Gundam to me. I don't know.
Or keep your current outfit. Find your fashion and fight for the future.
What is that thing?
So the one last big thing I noticed here.
You've got a real death wish.
I also need a Mr. Wild Ride emote.
Get out the way! You're just slowing me down. The nerve on this guy!
Van Damme activates something that looks like Agnes Tech over here. Van Damme is the one who turns them into Ouroboros.
One down. Good start. It's not over yet.
So he does this fart cloud, and that makes them all Ouroboros.
I felt her thoughts. Or maybe her memories. There were so many. And then...
You think extra Full Metal Jaguar? Just because he dual wields? Minoff dual wields in Torna, so... I feel that's a bit of a stretch. Nino Don Dino? I like that name.
They were a part of me.
So yeah, Van Damme causes them to go Ouroboros.
By joining together in battle through interlinking, two characters in your party can fuse into a fiercely powerful form known as an Ouroboros. Here are the character pairs that can interlink.
His class was called Full Metal Jaguar on the hero screen. Get out. Get the fuck out. No way.
Critical hit are only a handful of classes that heroes bring. When heroes also bring their own classes to your team.
They didn't show it.
Guardian Commander. Turn the tables with boosted abilities when things look...
Right side.
Bring their own classes to your team. Guardian Commander. Your party members that heroes
That's Full Metal Jaguar anywhere.
bring. Your party members can take on any of the hero classes as they become your allies. Neos called heroes can lend their arms and aptitude to your team as a 7th party member. one hero at a time can assist on the battlefield.
Huh. Huh. Is it a nod? Is it a cute wink and a nod? Or is it something where, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right? Huh. That's very interesting. Looks like he's stuck on a whole different planet. No peace looking out the sky, so he brings out the guns and cannons. Maybe a nod. Could just be a nod. Could just be a nod. It might be something else. But I've always anticipated the option that X might just be connected to this. They might just show how this is connected. Probably just a nod. Maybe something more. Maybe. Maybe.
Got a real death wish.
Get out the way. You're just slowing me down. The nerve on this guy.
One down. Good start. It's not over yet.
I felt her thoughts. Or maybe her memories. There were so many. And then they were a part of me.
By joining together in battle through interlinking, two characters in your party can fuse into a fiercely powerful form, known as an Ouroboros. Here are the character pairs that can interlink. Transform into this fearsome fusion by interlinking during combat. Clear out the battlefield by using mighty Ouroboros arts before time is up and the interlink.
Sacred Cannon. Wasn't that like a Cosmos ability there?
Deactivates.
That poor Armu. He's going on a wild ride. So this is really cool. They actually change form depending on who's in the lead.
Despite being a single body, the Ouroboros is controlled by only one of the two characters. Swap between them to modify the form and arts of the Ouroboros to fit your approach. Earn points in battle to make the already powerful Ouroboros.
Name of that thing was Centaurus. It looks like a lot of the Keeves things are named after constellations.
Earn points.
Neat that these have their own skill trees, but as you can see, it's only for the main 6.
In battle to make the already powerful Ouroboros even stronger.
Ouroboros symbol right there.
To the playbook.
I'll make it count.
Ouroboros can also take part in chain attacks with the rest of the party.
So I thought that was a little bit interesting here. So you can do like normal chain orders, but then death by 1,000 cuts.
I'll make it count.
Greatly increases damage ratio and reduces attack and healing.
Ouroboros can also take part in
see below level 65 here, by the way.
Chain attacks with the rest of the party.
Now to finish it up. Look at that. Keep you breathing.
Right through.
A big ass wolf, wicked wolf, orange. I was lost it at that one. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. I don't know if this is meant to be a reference to Daikon 4. But that would be the wildest, weirdest, deepest cut Takahashi ever did. if that literally is a Daikon 4 reference.
We were sworn enemies once, and yet we all share the will to live in the now.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But
Virtual
now,
on Temjin Super.
I can
Nice.
Not like we can afford to go just yet.
Why, Nia?
So now, I ain't afraid.
Yeah, I'll keep going. While my flame still flickers to the bitter end.
By the way, the main theme of the game, I recognized this immediately the first time I played. It was Takahashi again. Have you played Xenogears? The main theme of the game is playing with different instrumentation here. If you don't hear it, then I will point it out to you.
Upon this sword! We were sworn enemies once, and yet we all share the will to live in the now.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But now, I can do it.
Not like we can afford to go just yet.
So now, I ain't afraid.
Yeah, I'll keep going. While my flame still flickers to the bitter end.
But I'm gonna change. Both me and this world.
We'll build it for ourselves. A world with the freedom to choose.
Well, they didn't say anything about clones. I think we're all a little jumping the gun here on clones. They may be. That might entirely be true. But I don't think they're clones, because if they were clones, I think the image that happens, I think way back here. Let's see if we can find it. We'd be seeing a lot more similarities if they were clones. When we see all the soldiers lined up.
You can just play with.
Wherever it is. There's a part where we see like a whole bunch of clones.
It is fate.
Lined up, or not clones. So yeah, like I think they're bioengineered test tube babies. That's what I'm going with here. Because the thing is if they were clones, I think there'd be a lot more similarities. It'd be weird for them to have like, hey, we're gonna make clone soldiers. How are we gonna do? We're gonna get like one big clone? No, we're gonna get like 50 million unique different people and all make clones of all these different unique looking people. I don't think that tracks. That's why I'm a little iffy on. I'm real iffy on the whole. They're clones, and I'm like, yeah, if they were clones, there'd be a lot more similarities going on here. What the fuck was it? I don't even remember. Yeah, they're lambs, which is what Agnes and Kevez mean. They literally mean it's Latin and Hebrew words for lambs. For lamb, I should say. What the fuck was it? Ah, whatever. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
We were sworn enemies once, and yet we all share the will to live in the now.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But now, I can do it.
Not like we can afford to go just yet.
So now, I ain't afraid.
Yeah, I'll keep going. while my flame still flickers to the bitter end. But I'm gonna change, both me and this world.
We'll build it for ourselves. A world with...
So if you want my deepest... Okay, here's my honest to God, like honest theory crafting here. The basis for existence in... Well, literally the building blocks of matter and material in Xenoblade 1 is ether. And then ether energy is basically what powers everything in Xenoblade 2. With the conduit gone, being what the conduit is, which is an infinite energy resource, it's a multi-dimensional gate, whatever. It siphons energy from some higher dimension, and basically that energy that the conduit siphons is ether. And the ether is what powers the Aegises. And the conduit being gone means that ether energy is gone as well. Which means that for people like the Keeves, they literally are like breaking down. Like they're like, for them it would be literally like their molecules are disintegrating, and it would just be like a massive energy crisis for people in 2. In fact, the blades themselves would be dying off as well. So it'd be very similar in an effect, where if you're a blade in all rest, and ether, with the ether flow cut off, you're also gonna die. Like you're gonna. So my big theory of this game is that they're creating these child soldiers, like growing them to basically just be food, because they're basically scrambling to provide ether to the world. And that's why you have this conflict, because like each nation is dependent on ether for survival, so they literally have to turn living beings into ether, which is very similar to, like, it's kind of like, and it all falls into a very Solaris Soil and Green thing that they had in Xenogears. So I think all the characters, the reason, and this explains why is a Hyantia like Uni 18 years old? Why is a Machina like Lance 18 years old? Because they're grown. And they're bioengineered to basically expire at a certain point. And I think that whole ceremony, where like, oh, if they make it all the way to the end, it's like, okay, sure, they
on the battlefield.
They die gloriously in their hometowns. So they immediately collect the ether energy.
However, many never receive this honor, as they fall in battle, their souls evaporating into the beyond, as the melody of the Offseers plays.
So yeah, I think
in today's presentation, we'll introduce the world of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game and follow the main character's adventures.
So yeah, I think they're bioengineered to basically expire. Like, okay, you hit 20, that's like your peak moment, like, in your lifespan. So when you're gonna have the peak amount of energy, you die off, kind of thing. Because, alright, yeah, I wish. The red is the taken. That is an interesting point. Yes, colors of the particle differences. Passing on is blue, yellow is the given, and red is taken. Could tie into something else, or could just be cute. No way Rex is Shulk. I mean, Rex is probably dead, and Shulk's probably dead, so... I hate to break that part in for you, but those characters are probably long gone at this point. So, I don't know where the... Yeah, this is... But yeah, it's basically like, all the population of the world is basically born into this endless cycle of basically like life and death, like short life, death to provide energy and life, you know, and they basically they're born and bred and bioengineered to basically be child soldiers. They get 10 years. Problem is, I don't watch anime. So that's basically going to be the key thing here is basically they're fighting for they're fighting for their will to live. They probably also are fighting for some, like the whole plot of the game is going to be trying to find a way to break this cycle. But like, you know, this is going to be interesting because this is going to be a Xeno game that's about what happens to a world when the conduit, when the Zohar is gone. So that's probably what this is going to be basically about. Like how, like, you know, is there a way to restore basically the natural order to the world? And is there a way out of this kind of thing, you know? Because Melia has this one thing where it's just kind of like, she's like, yeah, if Ouroboros goes unchecked, you know, it could spell disaster for this. Gnostic themes in a Xenoblade game, you don't say. So, yeah, it's is it episode 6? Is it episode 6 in Takahashi's grand timeline? That's hard to say, but this is very interesting right here. Yes. Yeah, there's definitely there's going to be a MacGuffin about, like, you got to go to Sword March. You know, the only way you're going to defeat the real enemy. I'm going to guess this expansion pass is going to involve fucking Rex and Shulk. Or at least Pyra and Shulk. You know, there's some things we didn't see Pyra and Mithra or Numa. We didn't see Numa. We didn't see Alvis, that fucking liar. We didn't see Jormark, which is personally important to me. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether this does not imply necessarily Rex. I mean, Rex could die and the sword could be handled by someone else, but this is Shulk's sword that he made himself, and that's Noah's. So, so that's
broaden the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with a paid expansion pass.
Also, I have to put another $30 on this because they're gonna have color variants at the very beginning. Luckily, this is buy it once and you get all of this as it comes out. And there's no individual purchases for this shit. It's just like Torna. By the way, when it says brand new story scenario, that probably means another fucking 25-hour game is coming with this, because like this shit right here, oh, outfit color variants, new outfits, you know, new quests. Obviously, it's not really not $30, but this. If it's following the exact same model and plan as Torna, it's going to be another 25-hour game. You'll see. Worth it. Gotta wait over a year for the story. By December 31st, which probably, I'm going to guess it's going to come out in September. I'm going to, like, because Torna came out 9 months after. So 9 months after this game, you know, would be March, you know, yeah, no, April, like April, right? So like, if you know this brand new scenario, if it followed the same trajectory as Torna, which came out 9 months after Xenoblade 1, you know, 9-10 months, like you're talking like April, May of next year. So I doubt very much it's going to be by December. So yeah, that's very exciting, actually. So yeah, that's very interesting. That key art image there is like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that was very cool. That was very cool, chat.